His first poem's about how I think like the internet is messing up a lot of relationships between people. It's like this. I was on a train once and I met this female. She said her name was Donna, went to Ravensbourne, studied retail. Chatting, kind of feeling her style, so I asked for her details. Said I don't give out my number, but here you can have my email. Alright, cool. A few days later I sent her a message like, you remember me, that guy from the train? I'd really like to see you again. Let me know when you're free, when you ain't got a day booked. Said, really? I'd like to see you too, you know what, add me on Facebook. I wanted her number. That was cool, I didn't mind at all. Till I found out that our first date took place on a wall-to-wall. I thought I made a mistake, so I thought, let me try again. I said, babes, I really like your personality, I'd really like to see you again. She goes, really? I'd like to see you too. You know what, 9 o'clock log on to MSN. And it wasn't exactly a date, but I did make some progress, man. Because I did get to see her again on her webcam. By this point, I'd given up. Then the next day, she asked for my number. I ain't used to being drawn, but I thought, what the heck? Then on Valentine's Day, she sent me a text. Like I'm home alone in a really tight dress. So how about you come online and we can have cyber sex? Trust me, it gets a lot sicker. I got home the other day to find out she was following me on Twitter. But you know what's even worse? It's a mad thing, because the next week I saw the same chick again. This time she looked a little more pink. I was like, let me try link that again. Forgetting what happened last week on MSN. Like, babe, what's up? You cool? You blessed? Where you heading? What's your address? She must have recognized me because she didn't prolong. She goes, don't be silly, you know my address, donnamalcolm@hotmail.com. I mean, like, where do you live? Where do you stay? You know, like, in reality.co.uk. That must have made sense to her, because she started to focus. She said, oh, my house is the big one, round the corner opposite them posters. Finally, I was making some progress. I just had to speak to her in a language she understood. Why didn't I notice? I said, babes, check. I want to log onto your website. Check out your software. Insert my hard drive so I can show you some programs you ain't never seen in your life. That got her excited, like, so how many megabytes can your hard drive hold? I said, well, I got the bigger size. All depends on how much your PC can hold. And you ain't gonna worry about protection. I keep my antivirus in my back pocket wherever I go. From then she was like, let's go. We whizzed down the road. We got to her yard. She went upstairs. I was downstairs getting undressed by the desktop. I wasn't even finished. I was still in my vest top. When she screamed, baby, I'm ready. I was like, this is it. Let's rock. She came running down the stairs, fully clothed, holding her laptop. That's a mad thing, yeah. It's quite serious. No, sometimes you write things. If you're a writer, sometimes you write things and you feel like you go in a certain kind of zone. And you feel like it's not yourself writing in it. So I could say this poem was written by my hands, but I wouldn't take credit for it because it's kind of strange. And it's not a joke thing, it's serious. Like, you want to dim the lights a little bit for me, like create atmosphere, you know? I ain't understand, but I just dim the lights a little bit still. Alright, cool. I had a conversation with a dead guy yesterday. He told me he died last night and wouldn't have it any other way. I said, what, aren't you pissed? You had to die so soon that you never get to see another setting sun or rising moon? He said, pissed? Why would I be? I mean, I've watched all the movies that I wanted to see. I ain't about to sit around and watch famine and disease. I said, what, aren't the people that care about you, won't you be missed? With all these new technologies around, you'll be like an old guy like me, didn't even exist. He then asked me if I'd help him dig his grave. I said, alright, cool. He gave me the shovel and we began to dig. I said, don't you mind that this will be the last resting place? He looked me in the face and laughed. He said, well, they could have put a jacuzzi in a bit more space, but no, other than that, I'm safe. Plus, you don't know that it's almost the last days, where the trumpet will be blown and our souls will be raised. Then we can see if the Muslims had it right or the Christians were saints. Maybe the Hindus or the Jews got it right, man, I can't wait. Or maybe the science had a point and the sun will explode and we'll all waste away. When the grave was big enough, he then asked me if I was doing the honor of burying him. He lay down on the floor and I began to shovel the dirt over his body. And with each spadeful, he seemed to smile more, like he was sure where he was going was a lot better than where he'd been before. He told me, take care, SULI breaks, and when it's all over, I'm sure we'll meet again. When the grave was fully covered, I patted down the last bits, got on my knees, said a prayer for his soul, then I turned to leave. Last thing I remember was his face totally in peace, and I thought, maybe with him is where I'd rather be. But then I let my mind wander from this thinking, picked up some flowers, and laid them next to the gravestone which read, "Here lies religion." Thank you very much.